Hello everybody, Jables Games here, and welcome back to another review on Crash Bandicoot. Yeah! Many of you are aware of my 4 video special on him starting in about 5 days from now. That's other reviews in delay than maybe 4. Well, here we are reviewing Crash Bandicoot Warped for the PlayStation 2. Oh, excuse me a moment. Hello? Yeah, what's wrong with what I said? Wrong lines on the script. Does it even matter? Both of the games are almost exactly the same. This game sucks ass anyway. You'll fire me? It's my channel, you ass. That's what I thought. Fine. The viewers are watching. I have to continue the review, you jackass. Yeah. Bye. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, let's dive in, shall we? Crash Bandicoot Warped. Sorry, Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Warped. Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. You get the point. Was made in 2001 by the company Traveller's Tales Oxford Studios. The now create LEGO games though. But I had some time with Crash Bandicoot back in the early 2000s. The PS2 was coming out and it was time to let the PS1 gather some dust and move on to the next level, next gen. And considering how successful Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot were on the PS1s, they were obviously coming to the PS2. But, it wasn't really sweet, it was rather sour though. We will get to Spyro later in the year, so let's focus on Crash right now. Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex in the Crash community was loved, I think. But it was definitely a mix. There's a lot who dislike it, there's a lot who love it, and there is a lot that think that it's best in its series, which is messed up. And if you do think that, you can catch its hands. Then a group where they despise this damn thing. And it's the fact. There's a lot of people that despise this damn game, and I could see why. I don't even want to review this, but I'm doing it for you guys, because I love you guys, putting me through this shit, man. So, no secret, I for one, I do not like this game. Why? Well, let's dive into the story first, because I know for a fact this game is going to crash right in front of us. So people are expecting godlike graphics back in the day. After all, it was the first Crash game for PS2, next gen level, and it's here right in front of us. The look of greatness and fucking depression. What the hell is up with these character models? I'm not even going on the rest. Uka Uka is only acceptable one out of all these right now. So they're talking about how much all of these guys suck ass and how they suck at being evil. They of course then blame Crash for another loss on them. And apparently Engine exposed Cortex saying he has a secret weapon and wants to create Crash Bandicoot's brother, Crunch Bandicoot. If I'm correct with telling the story here. If I'm not, email me info right here on the screen. This is my email info, you know, all that shit. So correct me, or just comment down below because we all know that isn't the real email. Then we have Cortex saying the final line after their meeting.
Ready to face my wrath, Crash Bandicoot!
He said it! We can go home! We can go home! Sadly, no. We can't leave it be. Next scene is the Bandicoot squad here. Chillin' out on the beach and shit. Coco and Crash are on the water, jet skiing, Crash doing the sick moves on that shit.
I am the one, your son don't need a gun to get
We also have Aku Aku kicking back with Pyra building sandcastle, then these black clouds come out of nowhere, and it just looks awful. I mean, look at this shit, dude. Aku Aku sensing shit's about to go down, and sensing other shit going down the freaking drain with this game. But before meeting up with them, he goes to this thing, which is most likely where they met in Crash Patch here, talks with Uka Uka, and we are introduced to the other bad dudes in the game, and they are pretty awesome. These are the elementals. Rocco the earth elemental, Wawa the water elemental, Lolo the air, and Pyro the fire. They fuck around with Aku Aku too, and then the Bandicoots meet up. Also forgot to mention that they get hit by a giant wave before Aku Aku left with the meet up with Uka Uka. Aku Aku explains and gives details on it and what in God's name is going on to Crash, Coco, and oddly enough Pyra. This piece of shit doesn't even do anything in the game either. He's there for the sake of being there. Now that we see how our characters look, they don't look that bad. Crash and Aku Aku look good, and the same with the other two, I guess. They didn't fuck up the look on them, but the people in the studios that are righties drew and animated this with their left hands, which is why the villains look like freaking deformed characters and lost mental patience. That's freaking bad. But now let's skip through the rest. They go through to the warp room, blah 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 blah, get ready, everything like that, blah blah blah. And scene, we are ready to play the game. And boy, am I not looking forward to it. Now after all that waiting, we can finally play the damn game. Ugh! These load screens are not fun to sit through. Although I found them entertaining as a kid and always laughed on how Crash Nose looks like a floppy Finally, after that long, irritating, and annoying wait, we can finally play the game. And first things up is an ice level. Out of all the freaking levels that could have been started off, why an ice level? Those were never good in video games. Only off the top of my head that pulled it off was actually SPYRO 2 and 3, where it wasn't bullshit after bullshit in the ice levels. But nitpicking aside, the presentation of it all is okay. Graphics are pretty nice and not bad for an early PS2 game, but I have a hard time finding this feeling like a Crash game. Why? You'll find out why after this first fucking level. Crash on ice isn't good to control and never was good in the first place. You got the run side to side enemies, all that shit, and the old classic box breaking and wumpa collecting style of Crash. First level down, what other platforming adventure can be next? Let's see guys, level 2. Oh. Okay, a vehicle level called Tornado Alley. This level is just like the ones from Crash 3, and you'll hear me say just like Crash 3 quite a lot here. Parachutes with boxes hooked onto it, and the help parachutes there to strike when close to dying. Dodging assholes that keep shooting at you, and shooting down these generators things, and calling it a day. Well, level 2 and I'm not getting any kind of exciting feeling. But I can't give up on the game just like that, just because 2 levels didn't really entertain me much. Let's get some more shit done with the 3rd level. It's another vehicle level inside of a fucking hamster ball. Whee! This level sucks. It looks like shit and it's a nightmare to control. It's so loose and so freaking stiff. It's like it has a mind of its own sometimes. They're easily the worst thing to ever be introduced in this game. And it's easy to fall off the sides rolling down the freaking thing. Screw this damn level. Moving on. Level 4. And this time we actually have a freaking platforming level. They brought back the classic dinosaur/dragon thing chasing you a few times on this level with some platforming in it like Crash Bandicoot 3. Nothing special here honestly, this game just isn't doing it for me so far. As a younger kid, I loved the Wrath of Cortex. All of us were brainless little shits back then in a way, so we didn't know good or bad in the game. If I had our favorite character slapped on it, then we know that it's gonna be great. Which is how it felt with this monstrosity. Level 5. Oh cool, desert kind of looking area seems not he's riding on a minecart. He hopped into a freaking minecart. I don't even want to kill myself right now. Worst thing is, this only happens for the first few minutes in this level, and goes on to platforming. Right freaking there pisses me off, it bothers me. This game shovels the whole vehicle level idea down your throat way too much. 2.5 out of 6 levels are all platforming. Fucking brilliant! Why did I say 6 levels? Well, because we play in the hamster ball in our first encounter with Crunch Bandicoot. Thanks, game! This boss fight is shit. All you do is swerve around like an idiot and hit these other little rocks out in the ring. Getting a color with your color activates an attack, where Crunch will be hit with the rocks, causing him to lose health. Doing that 3 times finishes the boss fight, and you get a power-up. Like in Crash 3. And what's our power-up? Oh look, it's the tiptoe! This helps us tiptoe on a long line of nurture boxes that are purposely put in bonus areas of certain levels. That's really freaking gimmicky, just like the Crash Bandicoot 3 Super Body Slam move, but I found more use out of that than this fucking thing. So right off the bat, I know how the boss fights are gonna go, and all of them kind of suck. Well, nah, actually look, 2 of them. They're the air one and the final one. Mostly why I like the final one is because after that I don't have to play this damn game anymore. Well, maybe. To get the true ending you have to 100% the game, but you know good and damn well I'm not doing that. Rocco is now put at its hibernation state, and we can move on to World 2. I'm getting pretty in-depth with this review, mainly because you just got to see for yourself why lots of us despise this damn game. Level 6, and we are back to platforming. Thank you, God. So we start off in the wet and rainy jungle forest, and where I actually like this level quite a bit. It kinda reminds me of the level in Crash 2, like the Turtle Woods, where it's all rainy inside of a forest. Sadly, I forgot the name. Not bad, but do you want to know what's bad? Let me just show you this. Here it is. Need I say any freaking more? Do I really need to say anything fucking else? Believe me, this was expected enough. Now on to level 7. It's swimming level. It's fucking swimming level, like in Crash Bandicoot 3. These levels are a beautiful train wreck at best. It's hard to control Crash. The camera is pretty zoomed up, so you can't see these fucking things, and you can't see certain enemies. Oh, you're almost done with this shitty level? Let me just RKO you out of nowhere and make you start over at your last checkpoint. Moving on. I pray to the fucking gods that we can get back to platforming after this damn level. So, let's move on and see what this has to offer. I don't wanna. Level 8, we have another full platforming level, and this time with Coco here. For once, she isn't useless. Now I gotta say this, her levels aren't all that bad, they're okay. I now notice though that she is jumping in this game gives me PTSD to Crash Bandicoot 1. The controls being more stiff, and every jump being a freaking leap of faith trying to get to the next platform. If not mistaken, this level is based off Japan, kind of. I don't know, moving on. On to the next level. It's another vehicle level. It's another vehicle level. No, I'm done. Goodbye. Whoa. Hold on. I'm not leaving without an explanation here. The problem with Warped was the freaking vehicle levels. Why the hell would you add more on top of a con that was annoying in Crash 3? Secondly, Crash isn't Rayman. Why the hell is he on a mosquito bug thingy? This level is straight Wumpa trash. You go around shooting the ships, and the only way you can shoot them is by holding the square button until it fully locks on and let a missile go. What? Why? Why couldn't you do it like they did in Tornado Alley? Why? Let alone the freaking enemies just pelting you with bullshit trying to attempt this damn mistake. Fuck. Okay, let's go and finish this world before I have a freaking heart attack tonight. Okay, I'm gonna sum it up. Vehicle for the first half, platforming, beat it, done, kill me please. Now, to the boss fight. We're fighting a water version of Crunch. This level is fucked over, man. You jump and duck throughout, but it usually goes quick and throws an extra thing, and you are sitting there dying and dying over and over again. Because you can't figure out how to ace the damn jumps in this shitty game. This happens about 3 or 4 times, just knocking him out as you go. And of course you get another power-up, because copy and paste is a thing now. This game is mainly like Crash Bandicoot 3, and that's what it was supposed to do, I guess. After all that, I'm pissed. We don't keep the power-ups that we get from Crash 3. That we already learned. What's the point of collecting them again? Were they that freaking lazy to actually find something to give during the endings of the boss fights? How about creativity and a challenge? They're not boring rip-offs. Simple. Now we play through 2 worlds, and we already see the problem. Too many vehicle levels. Let me count these vehicle levels. You got the ball, you got the airplane in Tornado Alley, you got the freaking Firefly bug thing, then you have a snowboard, you have a minecart, you have a helipack, you got a mech suit, you got a jeep, submarine, a scooter, and Jesus Christ, that's 10 vehicles that I know of. I'm pretty sure there's more, and I probably forget about them. I think Coco has one. That's like 11. I'm pretty sure there's more that I'm missing, but for now, that's pretty much the main of it. I'm getting fed up with all this shit, dude. I am getting completely fed up. Now, World 3. Need I say more? I was my balls to oblivion knowing that instead of fixing the problem, they made it 10 times worse. Now, I know some may ask, Jay, why didn't you go through the levels like this in all other Crash review games? Well, because all the levels in the other Crash games were based off of one type of area. Creeks, jungles, ice, sewers, you freaking name it. Most were the same with added difficulty. Why am I going through like this with Wrath of Cortex? It's because all the levels are fucking changed and clog the hell up with vehicle levels. Moving on though, here we are with World 3. Level 11, well it's like the medieval levels. Or castle-like levels, I don't give a shit what you want to call it. I don't think they're bad, and I'm noting right now, there are levels in this game I like, but they aren't fucking golden like the classics. Level 12 offer us another Coco level, and it's called Tsunami, and she's riding on a freaking scooter, escaping a tsunami. How does this even work? Level 13, Smokey and the Bandicoot. No, it's freaking shit, moving on. on to level 14, and it can't be fucking worse than what we just witnessed there. Spoke too soon. Ugh. This game, man. This game is just... Before moving on to Pyro's boss fight, I think we need to have a small talk on the other classic enemies in the game, which is another thing I have that pisses me off. They are pretty much worthless. You see them in the other levels as an obstacle/hazard to mess you up. How disappointing. They seriously didn't have an idea for it? What would have made everything interesting was assigning one of them with an elemental mask to aid Crunch in his battles. Creating shit to mess us up during the fights, that would have enhanced the boss fights and maybe made them creative in a way. Hell, the boss fights from Crash Bandicoot 1 are better than these pieces of crap. Another thing this game has going for is for quick cutscenes of the elemental mask, talking to you as you get closer to the final showdown with them in Crunch. And they are about as threatening as a 6-year-old with an Xbox playing Call of Duty or Minecraft. Just listen and look at this one.
Is there a draft in here?
What? How is this threatening? You might as well have them say, "Thank you for releasing me. I shat myself on the way here. It wasn't really pleasant. Crash Bandicoot 2 was better." At least Crunch puts on a threat.
Finally, I get to wrap my fingers around your puny,
Please, later, you don't understand.
orange.
Now on to the fire boss fight, and it was at this moment where I regret every single decision I had done about anything on this game. This boss fight is just all types of shit. You run in a freaking mech suit shooting water at him. That's after you run away from him while he's throwing flaming boulders at you. After the first time, he takes a small little fiery shit in front of you to throw you off so you won't catch him. It gets you a few times. The final time, him throwing rocks at you that split into 2 small rocks to hit you. Fun! We shut this asshole up and we move on to the next world. It's the same thing. A few platforming levels, same with the half vehicle section, which a better example is having the helipack with you. Like the jetpacks in Crash 2. Something different than Crash 3, finally. They control fine and buttons are the same, but are way slower in my opinion. Then we get introduced to the mech suit. That thing you see Crash wearing on the cover, you play in that. How awesome is that? Well, it's very underwhelming. It's so slow, and making jumps with that thing is a chore. I do like how they added the Wumpa Bazooka onto the suit though. That's a cool touch to it. Still sucks though. Just like all the other vehicle levels in the game. We also have another Coco level. Whoa! Whoa! How the hell did she not die? She's going down from an avalanche at the amazing speed of a freaking turtle and trying not to die. Not to mention the music played in it is annoying. Absolutely hilarious during this part. Avalanche! Run guys, run! It's a freaking avalanche! Tornado Alley had the same freaking moment too. That is so fucked over. Now in this world we fight an air elemental named Lolo or some shit. Anyway, and to be honest, I really like this boss fight. It's pretty satisfying too. We were flying around in a plane shooting at the weak points of this big cloud monster of Crunch and dodging lasers and other stuff he throws at you. It's really cool. Okay, now on to the final hub world. This time I will not have any complaints. I will speed and play through this with full-on focus. Get to the final boss fight with you guys and top this train wreck off. We freaking made it. On to the final boss fight, thank God. Nothing can stop me. Nothing will stop me. It's time to finish this after the shitty ass loading screen. In this finale, we see Crunch once more with Cortex and Uka Uka. The main thing we are dodging are the elemental mask powers. All four of them had the pleasure of using their attacks on Crash, and we got to dodge them. Rocco, flaming rocks falling down at us, Pyro with the little floor vents shooting with flames, Wawa with ice balls bouncing around, and then Lolo lightning rounds. They can happen 2 at a time getting near the end of the fight. Once you finish dodging all of it, Crunch here gets weak and you gotta shoot him with your fruit bazooka. Doing all that, he will go ballistic and punch Cortex deformed ass off the platform. Uka Uka has to drag his ass up. Once you finish, he just teleports out of the boss fight. And then the final clip rolls.
Let me win. What do you want from me, you cretin?
Cortex! You realize that Crash may have collected all the crystals, but he doesn't have the gems. With the gems, we can resurrect the masks one last time and destroy that Bandicoot once and for all.
I am not doing that. Okay, you know what? Let me give you the fucking true ending and not die today from a freaking coronary.
Can't you ever let me win? What do you want from me, you cretin? No, Uka Uka, I can explain.
It's too late for that now!
I don't think you should have done that.
Oh, no. Where am I? Hey, wait a second. That annoying scientist doesn't have control over me anymore. Where is that pathetic twerp?
There's no time for that now, Crunch.
Danger. Critical power overload in Evil Space Station. Run for your lives.
I think your energy bolt caused a slight chain reaction. It might be wise if we made our way to the escape pods.
This is all your fault! If you hadn't ducked out of the way, none of this would have happened! This doesn't look good.
Hey! Any of you guys need a ride?
Crash, Coco, Aku, I'm grateful to all of you. If it weren't for you, I'd still be under the control of Dr. Cortex. Thank you for believing in me, guys.
You're welcome, Crunch. Hey, do you think that's the last we'll see of Dr. Cortex and Uka Uka?
I'd like to believe that, my children, but somehow I doubt that very much.
Idiot! Fool! Nincompoop! You've landed us in the middle of nowhere!
Ouch! Whoa! No, wait! I can explain! Ah! I'll get my revenge, Crash Bandicoot! Just you wait!
Now what do I think about Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex? Fuck this game. This game is a disappointment to many Crash fans. It's slow, boring, too many vehicle levels, shitty character models, lazy and uncreative boss fights, and tedious and repetitive as fuck. The worst thing about this game is that it's a shitty rehash of Crash Bandicoot Warped. I don't like this game. It's nothing but a shitty clone of an original Crash game that was actually good. This game is mediocre at best. Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex gets 5 out of 10. That was pretty stressful, but I'm happy it's all over. Tune in next time for the Crash Bandicoot 4-parter 20th anniversary extravaganza, where we take a look at 2 Crash Bandicoot games this week. Crazy, I know. Tune in next time for Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart and Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity. This video isn't over yet. A short explanation of why I'm reviewing 2 in 1 is because this week's review was supposed to be Nitro Kart. Due to me delaying my review for a full week, which was Crash Bash, it led to the schedule being thrown off course and late. And I wanted and expected to review Crash Twinsanity for next week, but I decided to throw in 2 in 1 week to make up for it and to get us up to speed and not lost and confused with this review series. Either way, be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content from this channel. Jables Game signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome, thanks for watching.